Hi, guys. This message is for the collective, for anyone who the title resonates with. Some of you will resonate with, some of you may not. What does apply and let the rest fly. But keep the message in mind. It could be future energy. So, what I'm getting today is there is more manipulation in a partnership, connection, relationship. This could be a relationship with a family member, a lover, a anyone. It's some type of relationship here, but it is based more upon manipulation than there is love. There's an unrequited love here. And this could be a cause due to two individuals who in some kind of form, shape, or way use each other for something. One might use the other or keep them around because how loving and caring they are. And the other might use the other one because they're more head over heart and logic about things. But there's just two unbalanced energies here who deal with one another, and it's more of a manipulation and about what each other can do for each other than there is love. And one of the parties here, or maybe both, may be realizing that, realizing that it's time to move forward from energies like this or a person like this, because the person who is questioning, realizing it's time to end something and move forward, is realizing they're dealing with an energy who's not very loving or nurturing, who's not very kind and compassionate. This is someone who's more direct, doesn't express a lot of emotions, very stern, could seem mean at times, very insensitive to the other's feelings. And that's not good. And someone here, I don't know which end you're on, is realizing that. And this moving forward and bringing this to an end and surrendering this connection, or dealing, maybe some of you consistently, or the partnerships you get in, it seems to be one way or the other. Never mind my camera, it goes blurry sometimes. But surrendering that and moving forward, it will allow you to be able to close out a certain cycle in your life where there's more, where it's not equal give and take, where you're not feeling like you're putting in more work and love and effort, and you're being more caring and considerate, or someone else is, than the other person, and you're not getting that love in return. And when we're not loved and nurtured in partnerships or with family members and people that we allow in our lives, it affects our character, right? It affects the way you communicate with others. It affects your energy as a whole. And it's realizing this, and also realizing that if you're not being loved and cared for, and people or a person does not take your feelings and things into consideration, it's letting those partnerships go. Even if it's not a lover, it could be with a work situation, it could be with friends, regardless, whatever. And there's cycles here, or a cycle with a person in particular that you need to close out. This is a small message, don't take it. It could be dealing with an air sign, a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. You could be the Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius dealing with a water sign, or it could be you're a water sign dealing with an air sign. Not for all of you, but it just came out pretty strong in the beginning, or someone's embodying that energy. What else for the collective for today's message? This is also an energy here of letting go, of trying to convince others or change others to see the errors of their way, letting go of loving and nurturing people who do not love and nurture you in return, letting the go of, not allowing your feelings to control or rule you, to stay in manipulating situations, to stay trying to steady make partnerships work just because you think you love someone or you have feelings for someone, allowing people to use your feelings and emotions against you to manipulate you to stay in a connection or to stay doing something. Like I said, it doesn't always have to be a relationship. It could be, you know, anything. It could be a job with a boss, family, you know. It's just the energy here of putting those emotions to the side, because there's an energy here of someone using emotions, knowing how the other feels for them as a form of manipulation to stay. But there's someone also here realizing, knowing that they need to move forward, knowing they need to surrender a connection. They need to let something go. There's a form of manipulation here. One is more loving, the other is not. And you know that's not healthy. What else for the collective? And this is because someone is guarded towards love in general. And you know, someone here, whether it's you dealing with the person or you're dealing with the person, you know, the relationship after relationship just seems to not work out. Why? Because those are relationships where someone has more feelings than the other. It is an unrequited love. So that's why it doesn't work out. So that may be why someone sticks around longer than they should, because they're waiting on someone to change, you know. They're trying to improve themselves, do use everything they got to get someone to love them or stay. And you cannot convince. You can do everything you can for an individual. You can love them, be there, be loyal, this and that, but you cannot make that person feel the same way that you do, you know. And this is dealing, you know, there's a energy here of closing out cycles in general, of dealing with people, whether it's a lover, coworker, friend, or family member, who are guarded towards change, who refuse to express love, who refuse to show love, who refuse to operate from a space of love, you know. What else for quality? Quality. What else for collective? I don't know why I said quality. All right. And you know, these partnerships, or dealing with a person in particular, they always come to an unexpected ending, some way, shape, how, or form. And however that ends, it's different for all of you, but it always comes to an unexpected ending because it was based upon lies, you know, manipulation. It wasn't real love. So anything that we do, whether it is a friendship, a lover, dealing with a certain family member, a job, if it is not an honest, good environment, if it is not an equal love, give and take, and again, that's friendships, they will eventually come to an end. And if we see it the entire time, but we don't take action, right, to go ahead and close out that cycle, or to no longer be friends with that friend, or to no longer deal with that lover, or to not be around that family member who it's always about what you can do for someone, or they're guarded towards change, they're guarded towards love, someone's not very loving and expressing and talkative and nurturing for you, all those type of relationships, they always come to an unexpected ending. Now, whether that's through heartbreak, third parties, health, whatever, it's always different when the universe takes action. And it's because there is a relationship or relationships in your life that are not built upon a solid foundation, loyalty, honesty, loving, or it is a relationship built upon where one person loves someone more than the other, to a point they will stick around and deal and do what you could do everything for this person or this friend or that family. You show up, you this and that, but they do not do the same in return. It's closing out cycles like that. So you no longer, when you meet that new person, you know, or new friend, the new job, you recognize things in people for what they are, and you don't get in new cycles that are with people who have these same qualities, right? You know, that want to use you for what you got, or you fall in love quickly. They know you love them, so they know you'll do any and everything for them type energy. And those are just examples. It's different for all of you. But regardless, it's some type form of manipulation, making sure people are not using you because you didn't overgive it too much in the beginning. You didn't give yourself out quickly in the beginning. You know, it's really learning these lessons and ending friendships. It's a new year, right? family members, lovers, where the relationship is based upon using each other or someone using someone, or, where it's not an equal love and give and take, because all the love you express and you're willing to talk about and the actions you do show how you feel. But when it comes to the other person, again, friend, family, foe, whatever, it's not, they don't do those things. And it's realizing, right, when a person loves me the way that I love them, they would be doing and expressing these same things I'm doing for them, right? But they're not. Why? Because they know that there's a different love there. I'm not going to say the person don't care about you at all, but it's unrequited love situations, it's closing those out and not repeating those cycles with the same person, past people, or new faces and same qualities. And how do we prevent that? Well, we do not ignore the red flags from the beginning, right? We make head over heart decisions. We're recognizing and having that growth enough at this point forward. If someone is not giving you the same energy, you can tell by their communication. You can tell by their actions that you do not take it any further or overgive any further, no matter how you feel, no matter how you're attracted, no matter how much you care about that person, because it will always end in disappointment. What else for the collective? Justice. Bam, that flew right out. And see, that's saying bringing yourself justice and balancing out things in your life by recognizing this, by knowing this, by taking action, knowing when it's time to move on, knowing when it's time to move forward for a peace of mind. Because if you don't, it's going to continue to be in this energy. It's not going to change. This person's not going to change. You can try all you want to get somebody to change or prove yourself. And it's just going to keep being a battle. It's going to keep, someone's going to continue to have their guard up towards you or love in general or what it is you're looking for if this is resonating. And the only way to bring balance and peace in your life is to move forward for any person who's in this energy or partnership, because it's already stressful as it is. Some of you could be stressing out about dealing with an individual or people like this anyway. It just causes you stress. But it also, if you're in a situation where it's time to move forward, you're stressed out about moving forward from this individual, and you got to ask yourself, why is it causing me so much stress and anxiety to move forward, to move on, to let something go, when it's already, I'm aware it's already built upon manipulation. It's already, someone using the other, or someone using someone's feelings as some type of power to have over another. And it could be stressing you out or stressing someone else out. It depends, like I said, what side on you're. Someone else stressed out about you moving forward. It could be someone else is stressed out about you moving forward because you're working on self-love, and this person knows they were guarded, they were manipulative, and this and that, and it's going to bring justice in your life for you to move forward. And that person could be stressed out. It could be the other way around, or it's you stressed out. But regardless, the message is the message. It's letting those type of partnerships, friendships, and things go that are built upon using someone, manipulation, using someone's feelings against them to get what you want or what they want, not allowing people to do this to you. So with this magician, I'm not taking this magician as the positive magician. I'm taking this magician for today's energy with the other energies around it for the negative one, the manipulation, using what you got or someone using people and things. And you could be a victim of this to get what they want, to stay in a relationship, those type of things, that kind of energy. And it's the fifth. So 5 is the Hierophant. And it's like staying true to your commitments. If you're on the victim end of this, where someone's doing this to you, you got to choose your highest good, right? Doing what's right at all times, knowing when to move forward. For others of you, it's dealing with someone who uses a form of manipulation to keep you in some kind of partnership. And this is a really prominent energy, that's going on. There's a lot of relationships where people are together and it's unrequited love, and there's a form of manipulation used as to why they stay dealing with each other, and it's different on either end. Some it's sex is the manipulation, and if you're on the victim end, well, you got to stop allowing sex and passion to control you, which there's that Capricorn energy, the devil, which is we're in Capricorn season, temptations and all those things around us. And temptations are drugs, sex, money, food, things unhealthy or done in excess that is not healthy. And that is the energy going on. I don't know if you guys been feeling it, but these last few days, now it hasn't been with me personally, but I've noticed at work, people around me, the energy has just been funky. It's like I haven't even done a reading in a day or two. I was going to. I had a few signs I wanted to do, but I was not feeling that energy. And I'm like, boy, this Capricorn season, I don't know. It just seems like right as soon as Capricorn season started. But what else for the collective? So next one out is the sun. So it's becoming enlightened and aware that there's relationships, friendships, and even with family members in your life that you need to close out, or a person in particular. And depending on what end you're on, you need to stop, being manipulative or overgiving, or willing to do any and everything to get someone to deal with you. Or when it comes to friendship, stop being that friend that cares more than the other friend and still to, those kind of things. These are just examples. It's if you truly want to be happy, you got to stop being that person or being that victim in that relationship, because you'll never attain that happiness until you surrender the things that you need to work on, until you end the toxic relationships or relationship, and you learn to let go of control, to just let it go, accept endings when you know that it's time to end. And it is okay. That happens sometimes it be like that. It doesn't work out, but it's having that maturity and that growth and that understanding enough. Hey, I'm not happy. This isn't making me happy. It sucks. I did like you, but it's not working. Or those friendships, you really wanted that person to be your friend. You show up for them, but they don't do the same for you. Yeah, one less friend, or it might be a little lonely for a while, but it's having that maturity and growth enough to know when it's time to end something where it's not equal, no matter who it is. There's also energy here of taking your time, not being so quick to jump in relationships, not being so quick to react to people, not being so quick to stay in relationships where you're talked down to or you're talked less than when you communicate with someone, allowing a person to talk recklessly to you. But that doesn't mean when someone does that you respond back with the same energy. It's knowing when to keep quiet too, allow someone to, and just, it's best to never say anything, but it's also to know when not to deal with people who talk like that. If that's the case, that's not for all of you. Not being so quick to take people back and return to the past. Just the energy here of not being gullible, because that's when people don't respect you, right? Because that's you're easily fooled, or you easily take them back, or they can say a few words and get you to do, or they know they'll ask you to do something, you're going to do it, or they approach you with this sad story, you're going to, not being so quick to take actions towards people or individuals who operate in that energy, who are trying to manipulate you, who's trying to use you for what you got, or a person in particular. What else for the collective? Yeah, dealing with immature energies. Now, whether it's a person in particular, or it's just people you choose to date, or friendships, even family members, a lot of the individuals that you chose to date, or a person in particular, or these partnerships, friendships, they're people who are very immature emotionally. They don't express much love. You don't have mature conversations with them. Half the time, they can't even apologize when they're wrong. That's a big red flag. If someone is dead wrong and they can't even say, hey, I'm sorry, I was wrong for that. And you guys know, as I know, at least I've mastered that by now. But when I was like teenager or younger, and I would know I was wrong about something, but it like used to take everything in me to approach a person and actually say, hey, I was wrong for that and I am sorry. You might say it to your in your mind and you want to tell this, but it, it used to be so hard. So it's, if you're grown and your friends are grown and your lover's grown, and it's a point where they can't even apologize for their wrongs, big red flag. Like, leaving that alone. If you were dealing with someone who couldn't even apologize for their wrongs, that right there, just no. Don't even deal with them, because that's not going to be good for you emotionally. Also, that's friendships, that's dating people. No longer ignoring the red flags when it comes to family, friends, and lovers when dealing with immature energies, because you will always be disappointed. It's like raising another child. It's like they'll keep repeating, a child will keep repeating certain behaviors that are unacceptable if you don't have some type of consequence put in line, right? If you continue to allow that child to do something, there's no consequence, they're going to keep doing it, right? It's the same thing with adults, and it's all about you putting that respect in place, you letting things and people go, you not being focused on, am I going to be lonely, or how someone didn't meet your expectations, or allowing them to make you feel less than because they didn't care for you the way you cared for them. It's letting all of that go so you can find balance and peace and focus on happiness. And when people reach out and apologize, it doesn't mean easily taking them back, because they do, if they did apologize, or taking their little offers back, or playing their little immature games, people like that, no longer stooping down to a level when it comes to dealing with individuals who are just immature. What else for the collective? Yeah, and it's time to leave all that behind. And there's an energy here today of focusing on rejecting offers. If it is a person who fits the qualities I've talked about in this video, friend, family, foe, and they say, hey, we're having a get together, or hey, I want to see you, but you're bored, you have nothing to do, and you really want to go, but that person ain't your friend, that lover or that ex or the person means you no good, but you're bored, it seems fun, you just want to. It's knowing when to say no, even with the circumstances. If someone is no good for you, or that person is not your real friend, or that family member just uses you, when they reach out to you, it is ignoring them and rejecting, knowing when to say no to people, especially if you don't want to be disappointed or left feeling defeated, or feeling like you're being stabbed in your back, or have. And it's dealing with people who's already done this as well. And you got to reject those offers, that communication, all that when it comes in, because these people block your opportunities, block your blessings in some kind of way. These is dealing with people like who don't want to see you do better than them. Lovers too, your own lovers can be jealous of you, envy of you, want to hold on to you so you don't give that same love and energy to the next, but they don't want to give it to you. It's that kind of energy here as well. What else for the collective? But I will say, the minute you surrender these partnerships or these friends or these family members who you deep down in your gut, they've already lied to you, they've already betrayed you, or people, the minute you surrender and end these or end this, there's a whole new opportunity. All your burdens are going to feel lightened. Like, it's not feeling like you're putting in too much work for anybody. You ain't got to worry about what someone's not doing or doing to you behind your back. You ain't got to worry about that friend telling your bit. It's different for all of you, though. A lot of burdens will be lightened. And by doing the right thing and being mature about it and knowing when to walk away, knowing when to end something, knowing when to choose a new direction, you get blessed for that. What else for the collective? Yeah, dealing with a person who keeps secrets from you in relationships or family members. Again, as I'm going to keep saying, it could be anybody. A lot of you it'll be a lover, but people who don't express their emotions and they just keep things hidden from you. You may not know where you stand. You may not know, that friend never shows that love or that lover never expressed their emotions. It's like if you're dealing with someone who can't even express their emotions, and it may suck if you like them and you had feelings, it's time to move forward because you can't do nothing with that. And if you continue to show up and be the same you, that person's not going to change. They're going to keep doing the same thing. What else and also for those of you where secrets have been revealed, and if they haven't, they will be, about people's true character, a certain lover, the family, the friend. If it's already been revealed to you, it was revealed to you for a reason. Do not stick around in that friendship, this partnership, when you already know what you know, or suspect what you suspect, or been shown what you've been shown, no matter who it is. And that's where that self-love comes in, that self-respect for yourself, right? Because if you don't respect you, who's going to respect you? And that's dealing with anybody. And it's realizing that and looking at it. It sucks. It hurts sometimes. Yeah, I got to move forward. But gaining that self-love and that respect and knowing your power and sitting in that power and staying in it. And again, when those people reach out, or this person, and it seems fun, and it's saying no. That friend, hey, you want to come with us to such and such, or come have a drink, blah blah blah. No, I know that's not my real. I'm not about to just go hang out just because I'm bored, but I know I can tell by how he or she acts they're not my real friend. They're just whatever. It's saying no, knowing when to say no and rejecting offers. Yeah, because it's toxic. This person is toxic. The past lover, these friendships, these are people who are toxic. Some of you may be dealing or have a toxic energy, or maybe multiple that is in your energy. And you need to reject this person or people like this. If it's a person who drinks and smokes every day, when they reach out, you can't have that in your energy because, the law of attraction. You are who you hang out with. You don't have to judge anybody, but you got to know when to reject these offers. You got to know when not to respond. You got to know when not to engage. Capricorn energy is strong this, but I just feel it. There's a lot of toxicity going on. There's, it's dealing with the person who uses sex as manipulation. And this is someone who's good at it too. It's one time, or they know they can always use this against you, or because they know what they can do privately, that you'll stick around, which is why you can't even engage. And this is just an example of maybe the situation for some of you. If you one time, and they, it's there's that kind of energy here as well. So it's like just saying no, don't even do it. Because some of you, it could be you have one night of passion, or if you mess with this person one time, some of you already know that you're going to continue to stick in a situation and they will betray you again. You still will be left feeling defeated, especially if you give in again. And if it's someone new, especially if you give in to a toxic person. This is almost like dealing with a real live sex demon here. That energy came out strong. I'm sorry, I didn't want to say it, but that's what I see here. So it's trusting your intuition, right? No matter who it is, friends, all those people, whoever you associate with in your life. Trusting your intuition when they reach out, when you're invited places. Is this a toxic environment? Is this just based off drinking? Is there anything else to do here besides there? Are these type of people who got gold? It's reassessing the individual you're dealing with and trusting your intuition and gaining that truth and clarity. Someone's trying to block your blessings. Someone wants to use you for what you got. Someone wants to control you. Someone will use sex or anything to keep you in a situation. Someone just doesn't want to see you giving that same energy to the next. But although they're not committing, all they're doing is being toxic. Some of you, it's your own toxicity. Maybe it's you that does this and you need to change that. No matter who's doing it, you'll be left feeling defeated and overburdened at the end of the day from all that manipulation. All these relationships or lessons become draining, dealing with different energies and people. And it always ends in some kind of heartbreak or third party situation when we're dealing with toxic people. And it's knowing what that toxicity is and knowing when to say no, like I said, and mend your heart and not carry the burdens of other people, not picking up other people's slack. This could be at work, this could be in a relationship, you know, knowing when it's time to walk away, when something just is not for you, no matter what it is. And that's once you realize this, you take this action, you close these cycles out, you reject the offer, you ignore these people or person, and you work on that self-respect, right? And you work on your healing. Things will seem to take off quickly. Why? Because you're doing the right thing. You're committing to you. That's when the money starts improving. That's when a whole new opportunity comes in. But, you know, and all these things start working out. Not letting people use you for money or what you have to offer, not dealing with people who you suspect or you know or you heard is in another connection. If you know someone's dealing with someone else, even if they're not married, boom, not don't do it. No matter how attractive, how you feel, you know, it's not being that third wheel or person, no matter what, and making a decision and sticking to it because you will be tempted. This person will tempt you. Temptation's going to tempt you. Attraction, you know, and if it is a past person you already been with, it's going to be tempting anyway, especially when it comes to the passion, and they're going to try to use that against you, and you got to stand your ground. Some of you need to block people, literally block people, because you got to heal from something. It's not an equal give and take love in the situation or partnership and friendship. It's going to continue to be the same until you change it. What else for the collective today? It's setting those boundaries, speaking your truth, you know, not being easily fooled through passion, attraction, not being easily emotionally manipulated just because, you know, someone knows how you feel. You're not giving them that power, or just because you've dealt with someone a long time, or it's baby mom, baby father, or just because it's all these different scenarios it could be. It is standing in your power, no matter who it is. It could be mom and dad and they want to pull this, or sister and brother. It don't matter who it is. Standing in your power, not being easily fooled to do things or give to another where they don't do the same. Allowing someone to lie to you, you know, trusting your intuition. When something don't seem right, it's not. When something seems off about what someone's telling you and their behavior show different, take that for what it is, because that's definitely facts. You know, if you feel like you're being juggled or someone's using you for what you have to offer, why? Because they don't do the same in return. They may seem to only come around when they need something or call when they need something. Right, you see it for what it is. So, you know, that needs to end. Cut that off and stick to your boundaries, stick to your strength, because these people want to keep you stuck, or a person wants to keep you stuck on them with no forward movement. Meanwhile, maybe making empty promises, or these people who say they're going to change, or they want the same things you do, but they're not moving the same. They're not putting in action. They're not putting in the work to do these things. And it's time to move forward. Some of you, it's friends, you know, the people you celebrate. You are partying and celebrating with people who do not have the same goals, who may be jealous, don't want to see you good. Your lover, the person you're dealing with, you know, don't want you to do or seem better than them, you know, or have more than them. Or they want to control what you have and who you give to. There's an energy of that here as well, you know, not being reckless and foolish with love. Just because somebody says that they love you, not taking that and running with it when their actions show different, right? Or investing in the people, friendships, partnerships, and lovers who hold back from you, who don't show any signs of growth, who don't go within, who don't correct their wrongs, who don't take accountability. People who just want to flirt and have sex, you know, who don't want to heal, which is why they stay stuck, which is why relationships don't work out, why people get stuck sitting around waiting for a commitment that seems to never come in. Meanwhile, these people are dealing with other options, not dealing with people who are confused and don't know what they want, but not feeling bad because maybe you weren't chose, or you happen to come across a person like this who did this to you. Don't worry, they do it to everybody, you know. But I don't know how I really feel about this read, you guys. wasn't even going to come on today, but the energy's just been funky the last 2 days. And I've been noticing people around me, even at the workplace. A lot of people at my workplace, a lot of them are in unhappy relationships, and they've been in these relationships for years and nobody's doing nothing about it. And I'm like, and they bring that energy to work, right? I don't know why I just felt that, but I mean, it's been showing a lot more these past few days. But that's what I got for you guys. Like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment.